This next article. So welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to take a look at the used Tesla market. I told everybody I was going to wait and see a little bit because the prices just got discounted. Like the January 13th. So we're almost 2 weeks. We're almost 2 weeks into this cycle of the prices getting reflected or not. So we need to kind of see what's going on to see like if Tesla, the used car market, specifically used car market sellers, dealers, and all that stuff, have they reflected onto on their pricing or not? Because dealers work in monthly cycles, private sellers, they can't sit on their vehicle for too long, right? So we'll take a look at the used car market, specifically the auctions and the sites that I look at to track to see if the prices have come down. And specifically, we'll take a look at the Model Y, because spoiler alert, I took a look at it right before and the Model Y prices are crashing, that's for sure. So welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. If you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on a Tesla at the best possible price, or just getting really good financing on your Tesla. So if you're interested in any of that, please hit that subscribe. We stream at least once a day for 30 minutes to an hour about Tesla content, so definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. And today's video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link down below in the description if you want to support the channel, but more on that later. All right, so let's take a look at this. First things first, we check out cargurus.com. It's a great website that people sell their used vehicles, especially used Teslas. And it's really cool. They have this data section where they track the listed retail price of all Teslas being sold on their website at what price. And you can see right here, 2020 Tesla Model Y down almost 18%, or I guess both the 2020 and the 2021 down almost 18% in the past 90 days. 2022 down 15%. I mean, this is going to crash even further. You can see right here, there's like that nice little blip right there. You can see it right when the Tesla prices on the new side got dropped, what, $13,000 overnight. I mean, we actually have a spreadsheet right here from Chris Dungeon on Twitter. You can see right here, the Model Y long range dropped $13,000 or 20% overnight, from $66,000 down to $53,000 overnight, just like that. So the used car prices, they have and are going to get reflected. I mean, if you can get a brand new one for $53,000 minus the $7,500 tax credit, granted, not everybody qualifies for that $7,500 tax credit, but the price of a used one should at least be $48,000, $47,000, maybe $49,000 as a retail price. So taking a look at it, the Car Gurus price trends are going down. But more importantly, our indicator that where we actually see what is happening beforehand is the auction value. So this is taking a look at Manheim reports. This is auction wholesale to wholesale from dealers that basically need to get rid of their vehicles and sell to someone else. And I've got here plugged in 2022 Tesla Model Y long range, and you can see this past week, or at least yesterday, we actually had some action. So there's 3 Model Ys that sold at auction, all of them around 10 to 13,000 miles. And you can see 48.5, 48.750, and 48.750. I still think that's a little high, because if you think about it, that's essentially a $52,000, $53,000 brand new car. I guess essentially with destination fee, order fee, and all these random fees, you're at what, $55K before taxes and fees. So that is about a 10% decrease, going from 55 down to 49, give or take. So that seems healthy. I guess it didn't necessarily crash completely, but I certainly think if you're someone that is looking at a brand new Model Y long range and you do qualify for the tax credit and you do find one that's under 55,000, then you should really be in that 44 to 45K price point for a used one. Taking a look at, we could take a, see if, what is the cheapest, 2022 Tesla Model Y available, because I guess I haven't really looked at that. So we'll take a look and see. So we got in here Model Y, we'll put in by 2022, and we'll see what is the cheapest one in the country. And I would think it should be 45, but I guess not. Like, here's one with 12,000 miles for $46,000, 48. So dealers are still kind of holding strong at this point, even though, so dealers, I guess, are not really recognizing this tax credit. They're kind of just seeing you know, if the new retail price is 52, 53, then we're going to knock down 10% under that. They're not even factoring this tax credit into their pricing. So maybe I would say give it a little bit more time, but don't give it too much time. I think February is going to be a good time to buy, if not this last week of January, because dealers also work on monthly cycles. So they have to sell vehicles at the end of the month, and so also to kind of hit their sales goals. But private sellers is where I usually go and try and find a good deal. So I would maybe inquire on this one and offer them like $40,000 just to see kind of where they're at. And you really have to see kind of what wholesale value is. So my strategy has always been go to websites like Car Buyer USA. Once you find a vehicle that you're interested in, plug in the exact same vehicle on here to get like a wholesale value. So like that one had 12,000 miles on it, and then we just see what the actual is. So okay, I don't think this algorithm is updated yet, but maybe it is. Who knows? But also, this is saying that a wholesale value on a 2022 Model Y long range is 48,000. So essentially, then they could be able to sell for 48,000. So I don't think it's updated because that's weird, right? This is that exact one right here for 46. Something is up here, that's for sure. But I would say if the algorithms aren't working correctly at that, like just like that wholesale number from Car Buyer USA, I would say 10% each year. So if we're looking at a 2022 Tesla Model Y long range, if it's $53,000 before the tax credit at 47 after the tax credit, I would want 10% less than that. So 47, 10% is 4.7. So 47 minus 4.7, we're at like 43, 42. So that would be my buying range. But of course, I certainly understand if there's not vehicles. I mean, I feel there could be a lot of vehicles in that price range that are competitive as well. And that seems to be what's the case right now, right? So if we look at brand new Teslas across the country, there's not too many Model Ys under 55,000. You can see right here, there's only two. And if we look at the inventory charts, Model Ys, this is Model 3 actually, Model Ys are starting to creep up just a little bit, that's for sure. So we'll talk about that more in a little bit after this. But, Model Y is holding strong under 52,000, that's for sure. Or sorry, holding strong above 55,000. Anything under 55, it just sells immediately. So we'll jump into some of the comments and some of the questions. But before we get into that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below in the description, there's a Patreon link where you can support the channel, and there's a variety of benefits included, and some of them including scheduling a call with me, where you can ask me any questions about buying a Tesla, selling a Tesla, or even financing a Tesla. And after you schedule the call, you get a link to my buying guide, which has links to all the resources that I use to get the best possible deal at the best possible price. So definitely check out if you're interested. And right now on my guide, there is a credit union with interest rates as low as 3% for 60 months. So definitely check out if you're interested. And as an added benefit, I do respond to all my Patreon members in the Patreon app if they send me a direct message. And actually, shout out to my newest Patreon members, Orlando R, Hassan, Larry L, Sean P, Exo, Chris, we talked. That was nice talking to you. Keith and Tony as well. And Shireen. Actually, there's a ton of them. Sharon, Sing Through the Bible. Winston, I forgot about all these. Christopher, thank you to all of you that have supported the channel, supported the Patreon, and supporting all this content. So let's jump into some of the comments. Blip Blop. Hey, Dennis, love the hustle, man. Thank you. Thanks. Much better on sound. Yeah, we're using the travel mic, so, it's a little bit different. That's for sure. David, order my Tesla Model Y Model 3 Sunday, and delivery date is February 2nd. Pretty fast. Yeah, I mean, we know this with the Model 3. There is a lot of Model 3 rear-wheel drives. There's just a lot of Model 3s